Okay, so it's really good to see everyone. I just want to start off by just raising my hand and saying hi Chkasiam to everyone for being able to be here virtually, though I know we would all love to be together in person. This is the best we can do, and this is still amazing. So I'll just start off by saying Asiem Siayat Nishtalacha, Asiem Siayat Nishwalaka, Haich Gasiam, Lekwungen and Haich Gasiam, Asa Theelia, Hinit sa Lekwungen, Hinit sa Kakwakiwak Namgis, Haich Gasiam. So I just really want to honor each and every one of us that's here today, honor the ancestors that we all have beside us, and guardian angels and those who speaking people of the Songhees and the Squan, honor our relatives and other family members from the Wasanich Nation, the Tasuk Nation, and Malahat Nation, because I have family in each of those places, and it's always a good chance to let everyone know how big our family is on the island sometimes, especially where we are. Uh, my traditional name is the Ehlia, loosely translates to older sister, while my younger sister carries the younger sister name. I come from the Songhees Nation here in Victoria with roots to the Kwakwaka'wakw Nungi's people in Alert Bay through my mom. And I just really want everyone to know that this is with good intentions. It's from the heart, and that I know it really hurt when we couldn't do it in person, but I know our ancestors are still proud of us regardless for carrying this work. I just really hold my hands up to my dear friend Laura, because I know she put her heart and soul into this and walks with that good heart and good mind that my grandfather always reminds me, that even though things don't go as planned, they're meant to go a certain way, and that's okay. We're still doing it. And I love each and every one of you for being here, for being able to share from your heart. So I just want to say hi, Chkasiam. Thank you and welcome virtually to the traditional place to smoke herring of the Lekwungen speaking people of Songhees and the Esquimalt Nation. Thank you.
So up next, we'll have Nicole share a song or two, and then Lindsay will speak. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, my fire alarm just went off because I'm making chicken wings. I'm so glad I can mute myself. Miigwech, Brianna, for welcoming us to your territory. I always feel very welcome when I hear your words, and you're just such a beautiful speaker, and it's so beautiful to see that knowledge being transferred to you and to hear the language of the land. It's just such an honor always to see you, and yeah, hopefully we all will get to hug soon. So Bojo, ni Beno Benesik Indigo, Anishinaabe Mong Mong and Guime, Anishinaabe Irish, Ukrainian and Dalgae, Gwitch Lekwungen Wasanich and Esquimalt. So my traditional name is Ni Beno Benesik, which means summer thunderbird, and it comes from the loon. And I was born and raised on the territory of the Lekwungen people, and I'm really grateful to be here. I was reflecting about this topic a bit more, and about the of murdered and missing Indigenous women and Two-Spirit people and trans people. And you know, I had the privilege of getting to work with Lindsay with the with Red on Red, and a piece, a performative piece that works to honor the folks who have gone missing. And I think, yeah, Lindsay, like you were saying yesterday, though, I don't have someone directly in my family that has gone missing or has been murdered. It's still something that impacts us all, because it's like it's 3 degrees of separation. Someone who's you know, family member has gone missing, and that has an impact because of our, you know, because we are tight-knit communities. Yeah, so I was just thinking more about, you know, the experience of getting to be in Red on Red, and having the chance to do performative art as a way of speaking to this issue. And for me, it was a really humbling experience, because it was and very difficult, you know, to work on this subject matter. And I think it's a really powerful way of engaging with people on this subject, because I think people can remove themselves, because I think it can be very overwhelming to intellectualize and to theorize and to try and understand why this is happening. We know it's very intentional. We know that it's political. But I think performative arts is a way to bring people in to sit with the issue of murdered and missing women, to spirit people in both a mind and body way, to kind of feel it and not just think about it. So yeah, I just wanted to say that before I sing a song. And I think that I will sing, maybe I'll sing the Loon song. Yeah, because Loon has that connection to the stars and the sacredness, and she carries the stars on her back. So I think I'll sing that song. The loon cries out, diving down into a galaxy of stars. The water drum sounds. Thunderbird hears her call. Miigwech, and I'm really happy to be here with all of you today. Haichka.
Thank you very much, Nicole. Lindsay, it'll be your turn to speak next. Thank you.
Me? Oh. Oh. Well, what going to sa wagwegu gazita guts the yujats. My English name is Lindsay Delorande. I'm Gahaga from Gahnawage. A very grateful guest here on the Lekwungen territory. Just want to acknowledge all of you women that are here today to circle up, as I was talking yesterday about the importance of the circle, really recognizing that anywhere you go, there's always a circle available. And I think that's the message that we have to get out to our young girls and our young women, and even our elders who haven't had an opportunity to circle up. You know, I mean, the spectrum of ages, it's big. You know, the impact of murdered and missing Indigenous women. And from the conversation yesterday, I'll just carry a little bit forward of some of the things that I was thinking about, of where I have control, where I don't have control, the dissonance that happens, you know, in such a grandiose scale of the numbers of murdered and missing Indigenous women, and having that paralysis, you know, what can I do? Oh, there's nothing I can do, and kind of like ebbing and flowing. And Laura, this is part of what we can do. You know, we call upon the women that live in our communities, and I think it's all about alignment. In my practice, where I've been engaging with women, you know, for quite some time, I started photographing Indigenous women in 2014. So it's been 6 years of my own personal practice and collaborative practice that I've been working with women. Not exclusively, but primarily I would say that work really comes from the investment in self, not in an ego sense, but more so of how can I be of service to community if I'm not well. And I think it's the correlation between wellness of an individual. So we talked a lot about self-love yesterday, like that's an action of resistance for Indigenous women to rise above the stereotype, to project the beauty and the generosity and the diversity and the complexities that are, you know, which make us unique as Indigenous women. I think we're starting to see that being highlighted even in beadwork, in textile work. I mean, like the arts has the potential in that space to really see diversity and some of the messages that are implemented in some of the artwork from women. And there's a rise of a matriarch, you know, and I think the more that we gather in these circles and we hold each other up, like really look at each other in the eye and say, you know, like, I care about you, I love you, you're needed, you're wanted. And really being able to do that for ourselves, like ultimately for ourselves. I mean, the noise and chatter of our self-worth that we all have to combat on a daily basis to feel like we're worthwhile human beings is hard work that we don't talk about. You know, we don't talk about that criticism. You know, where did it come from? Why do we have this? What is going on? And if we don't have a space to talk about it, we start to believe in the voices in our heads, and this is just human nature. And so I'm really glad that, you know, part of it is talking about the injustice of murdered and missing Indigenous women. And it's not going to like there's time. That's what I'm trying to say, is that, you know, time, raising awareness. I mean, and this has been happening all across the nations. You know, the red dress, the connotation of the red dress. You cannot see or wear a red dress without thinking about the murdered and missing Indigenous women. So how I think art can create iconography, and how that iconography could challenge and change perceptions of the masses. And I think that's where art, even the beaded earrings of the red dresses, I mean, fabric of red, I mean, it really bleeds down even further into, I would say, like early 2000s and the 1990s, where Rebecca Belmore was creating imagery and performances in the downtown East Side, advocating. So like, this is where a lot of my research and some of my inspiration is from women who have really used their art practice to really bring forward that awareness and challenging, not just for the audience, but I think fundamentally it starts with the self. You know, I've had to learn how to love myself, and every day it's a journey. you know, but then the ripple effect of that on my daughters and my grandchildren and great grandchildren, you know. And so if looking at the last 10 years, 8 years, you know, the final report just came out in 2019 of the Murdered and Missing Indigenous Women of the Inquiry. So if you look at the, you know, the last 10 years of really addressing that on a nationhood, in a nation kind of Canadian issue, you know, the complexities are there. And so I just really try to really always bring it back down to, you know, wellness. And, you know, I think when we performed Red on Red, one of the reflections that I said, this is a performance not for you to digest and criticize if you like it or not. You know, the performance is, are you going to walk out of this audience and away from this stage, and the next time you see that a vulnerable Indigenous woman on the street, what are you going to think then? Like, let's challenge the consciousness with the work, because all it takes is a smile. You know, all it takes is an energetic shift from your prejudice that we all have. Like, how can we create this work where we start to see the humanity? I mean, if you look at the history of colonization and impacts, the word squaw, you know, we've come a long way from self-determining who we are, and we have to keep doing that. And we have to keep making these circles and loving ourselves and loving each other, and really loving each other, you know, not transactional love, but unconditional love, you know. So those are the things that I've been thinking about this issue. And it's a lot of trauma, but there's a lot of trauma to transmute into power, you know. And so not getting stuck in the victim narrative, but getting stuck in how can we transform this. And I use the arts, and I'm really grateful for all of the people that have contributed to this dialogue, and really grateful to be asked to share. So thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Lindsay and Nicole and Brianna, for being present for this. Really appreciate it. My heart is just overwhelmed with gratitude. Today I'm wearing the shirt of Lisa Marie Young, who's been missing since 2002. She's from my nation, Tlaoquit First Nation. I bought this shirt last June as I was attending her candlelight vigil that her family hosts every June 30th. And so this past year I bought the t-shirt, and I bought Violet one as well. And so just a heartfelt thank you for being here and just helping me bring this awareness to this issue. So thank you very much. And that concludes our meeting. Thank you so much. Chew.
Just one question.
Yeah.
Did it record?
Yes, the other Lindsay was recording, so
Cool. Awesome. Just to double check.
All right, thank you so much.
All right.
Take care, everybody.